Reality TV's Ben Rathbun dies at 55. Sudden heart failure claims life of former pastor and TLC star. May 21st, 2025, written by Celeste Warner. Ben Rathbun, the deeply contemplative and often memed star of TLC's 90 Day Fiancé, Before the 90 Days, has died unexpectedly at the age of 55. The Michigan native and former pastor reportedly passed away on the evening of May 19, 2025, after suffering sudden cardiac arrest, according to a statement released by his family. Medical personnel responded to an emergency call made by a relative at approximately 8:40 p.m. local time. Ben was transported to a nearby hospital where doctors attempted resuscitation but were unsuccessful. A coroner's report confirmed that his death was caused by acute heart failure brought on by an undiagnosed congenital heart condition. In a quiet moment during his final ambulance ride, Ben reportedly whispered to his sister, "Tell them love is still worth it." These final words now echo across social media as fans mourn the sudden loss of one of reality television's most enigmatic and earnest voices. An unconventional star in a highly scrutinized world. Ben Rathbun didn't set out to become a reality television celebrity. When viewers were introduced to him in the 5th season of 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, he came across as an emotionally intense, God-fearing man seeking love across continents. His relationship with Mahogany Roca, a Peruvian woman 28 years his junior, was a lightning rod for internet discourse. The pairing was marked by awkward silences, frequent miscommunications, and a series of "is this real" moments that fueled Reddit threads and YouTube reaction videos for months. Yet through it all, Ben remained convinced that his feelings and his quest were genuine. What struck people about Ben wasn't just the age gap or the dramatics. It was his belief in something bigger than himself, said reality TV expert Morgan Grady. He came off as someone trying to be noble in a space that rarely rewards that. And whether you rolled your eyes or rooted for him, Ben's commitment to love and personal truth was compelling to watch. A life before the spotlight. Prior to his TV debut, Ben lived a relatively private life rooted in faith and family. He served as a youth pastor for over 20 years, counseling teens and organizing mission trips. He later transitioned into fitness coaching and motivational speaking. Friends and former congregants described him as a seeker and a man led by conviction. Born and raised in Michigan, Ben earned degrees in ministry and communications, marrying in his 20s and fathering 4 children. His marriage ended in divorce, a deeply painful chapter that he often reflected on during his time on 90 Day Fiancé. He never stopped believing in redemption, said longtime friend Chris Ellison. That's why he risked everything to fly to Peru. He believed that no mistake should be the end of a person's story. Retreat from fame and a return to service. After his controversial run on TLC, Ben chose not to return for further reality TV appearances. In various online interviews, he expressed discomfort with how producers shaped the narrative, though he stopped short of condemning the experience. "God uses all things," he said during a podcast interview in 2023, "even a reality show." He refocused his efforts on faith-based community work, mentoring at-risk youth, and helping lead a recovery program for men struggling with addiction and identity issues. He also quietly began writing a book titled Unfiltered: Love, Grace, and the Mess Between, which remained incomplete at the time of his passing. Remembering his last words, "Tell them love is still worth it." Ben's sister, Rachel, spoke to press on Tuesday, revealing intimate details of his final moments. "As the EMTs were checking his pulse, he looked at me with so much peace," she recalled. Then he said, "Tell them love is still worth it." He meant everyone, the critics, the doubters, the believers, the broken. That was his legacy. His words have become a trending topic on X, formerly Twitter, with thousands sharing tributes under the hashtag #LoveIsStillWorthIt. Tributes from fans, critics, and castmates. Former 90 Day Fiancé cast members took to Instagram to honor Ben's memory. Kimberly Menzies wrote, "Ben was one of the most sincere people I ever met on the show. He believed in something. Rest peacefully, friend." Another castmate, Caesar Mack, called Ben's passing a major loss for our TLC family. Even Mahogany Roca, the woman who was at the heart of Ben's television story, shared a cryptic but heartfelt post on her private social media. Some journeys don't make sense until the end. Gracias, Ben. TLC also released an official statement. We are saddened to hear of the loss of Ben Rathbun. He brought authenticity, emotion, and a unique voice to 90 Day Fiancé. Our hearts are with his family. Fans reassess a complicated legacy. Though Ben was once ridiculed for his poetic monologues and perceived naivety, many now view him through a different lens. He was real in a world built on fiction. One TikTok user commented, "We didn't appreciate that enough at the time." Another Reddit user posted, "For all the edits and producers' tricks, what you saw in Ben was a guy who truly meant what he said." Legacy through service, the Rathbun Memorial Trust. In lieu of flowers, the Rathbun family is asking fans to contribute to the Rathbun Memorial Trust, which will provide scholarships to single fathers seeking to rebuild their lives after hardship. The Trust's website describes it as Ben's vision for grace in action. Donations flooded in within hours of its launch, signaling just how many lives Ben quietly touched beyond the TV screen. Final reflection. Ben Rathbun's death is a sobering reminder that behind every viral moment, there's a human story, often deeper, messier, and more meaningful than what the cameras reveal. His life was filled with second chances, spiritual searching, and the kind of hope that is increasingly rare in modern entertainment. His final message, "Tell them love is still worth it," will remain etched in the hearts of fans, skeptics, and strangers alike. And perhaps that's the most real thing he ever said. Rest well, Ben. You were one of a kind.